So y'all, this is my lecture on basically what graphic design means. What are you guys in for if you sign up to be a graphic designer? Um, One quote that I like for this is if you love your job, you'll never work another day in your life. For me, getting started in advertising, I wanted to be an artist of some kind, but I needed to be able to support myself and make money. So advertising was a way to take that art and monetize it, really. Um, so the definition of graphic design is it is the art of visual communication used to convey a message to an audience. Now, what does that all mean? Let's break that down. Okay, the art of visual communication is if you sign up to be a graphic designer, you're going to be dealing more with the visuals than you are the words. Okay, you could be an art director, and you might be paired and work with a writer. So they would be responsible for all the words, the editorial, the spelling, things like that. And you're going to be more responsible for how the ad looks, what the people are wearing in the television commercial, how the website is functional, things like that. More visual graphic design than writing. Writing would be on a different side of it. And art directors are notoriously bad spellers too, but that's all right. Okay, it's used to convey a message, paid or not. It could be for a big company selling all kinds of product benefits, or it could be for a PSA like a no smoking ad, but you have conveyed a message to those people. You either want them to buy Coca-Cola because there's a new flavor, or you want them to stop smoking, but you've tried to influence what that other person is doing. So two print examples of that is here's a nice graphic design ad for Coca-Cola. They don't make them like they used to, but we do. Coca-Cola's been producing the same type of Coca-Cola for what, 50 years? It says since 1886, even longer than that. And if you'll notice, Elvis's sideburns are a Diet Coke bottle because they've kept that classic shape over the years, right? Here is a nice PSA for Moms Demand Action. One child is holding something that's been banned in America to protect them. Guess which one it is? Obviously, we're banning books, but not assault rifles, right? A nice visual ad that probably an art director or graphic designer has gone to the Moms Demand Action and volunteered their time and put together some ads for them to run. Okay, to an audience, what does that definition mean to an audience? It could be a national television commercial, like here's the Super Bowl ad with MC Hammer, or you could be talking to one person. And let me just show you these ads.
Cheetos has popcorn now?
Hey, I'm gonna need you to. Never mind.
You can't touch this.
Help.
You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this.
I trust you.
Stop. Hammer time.
I touched it. New Cheetos popcorn. It's a Cheetos thing.
Okay, so this is a simple ad to talk about the fact that Cheetos now has popcorn and it has the Doritos flavor. The art director in this, the graphic designer, have come up with the ad to like, don't touch this, and using that old MC Hammer idea, they've gone and hired a director and a whole team of people to film this commercial to execute their vision for it. The art director is responsible for like looking for sets and locations and what people are wearing, and even the end title, casting, how people look, those type of things. It's talking to everybody though, audience-wise, that is watching the Super Bowl, which is millions and millions of people. Versus this ad, it's from a no smoking ad, and it was a guerrilla marketing ad just targeting one company, specifically their C-level panel executives.
You know what? We're gonna leave this here for you so you can see what 1,200 people actually look like. Keep on them up, guys.
All right, so that was a commercial targeted to specifically RJ Reynolds headquarters there in New York. The Truth People, which is a guerrilla marketing group, came out and dumped 1,200 fake body bags in front of the building in order to get them to cut back on advertising and encouraging people to smoke. So the first ad was really to a national, anybody who's watching the Super Bowl could see it. This was targeted to a company. Also, you could see it too and know that the companies don't have your back in that one. But two different audiences there. All right, so there's this quote too that graphic design is the most ubiquitous of all arts. It's everywhere. Everywhere you look in your room, online, walking down the street, someone has decided how that thing looks. You've probably heard form follows function and function follows form. But even if it's something badly designed, someone's figured out how that thing looks. Okay, and that's graphic design. All right, from the stop sign, somebody thought that through. The SCF website, the chair you're sitting in, everywhere all around you, somebody's been thinking about how that thing looks. Right? Graphic design is visual problem solving. It's another big quote kind of defining what graphic design can mean. And what do I mean by that? I'm often handed a stack of Excel documents and I'm expected to turn it into an infographic that's beautiful and easy and entertaining to read. So that's problem solving, right? I've figured out how to turn these ugly Excel charts into something that's easily read and fun to read. Here's another quote for you. Design is thinking made visual. All those thoughts that you have down in your head, how are they going to look? So here would be the plain way to do that and the creative way to do that. All right. So there are three basic types of graphic design. Ones that sell, we looked at that Cheetos commercials. Ones that inform, we looked at that Moms Demand Action ad, and it can also be editorial. And by editorial, I mean, yes, they hire graphic and visual designers to go in and design magazines. All the magazines you see, whether they're print or online, has somebody making the decision about how to photograph Will Ferrell, what typeface to use here. Is this a big drop set, capital O? How to deal with the quotes in this magazine. Is it 3 columns or 6 columns? How to put the pictures together there. Okay, so sell, big national commercial. Inform, like a PSA, maybe change your actions. And editorial, like a magazine. So the graphic design profession covers a lot, right? Advertising, like I said, print and TV. Branding can be across all media, from the Coca-Cola bottle all the way up to the Coca-Cola billboard to the Coca-Cola national ad. Branding is basically making sure all those things look the same, have the same voice. Publication design and magazines, both online and in print. Environmental design, you'll see the insides of buildings designed by graphic artists. Informational design, like infographics are really big right now. People making multi-million-dollar presentations want them to look good. Motion, TV, animation, video games all have graphic design in them. Packaging, any type of thing that's like 3D that has packaging on it, a graphic designer has been hired to do. Anything digital, web design, social media, anything that you like the way it looks, there's been some type of graphic designer probably involved. One thing I'll talk about too a little bit here too is there's a little bit I'm using art director and graphic design sort of interchangeable. The difference really is that graphic designers are the visual people that make things look good. They're usually handed, the copy to work with, whereas an art director works more with ideas and concepts. Yes, we're responsible for how things look visually, but it's more about the idea. To have a good idea is a money-winning proposition for a big ad agency. We typically work with writers. Also, too, it could be a team of 3 with a digital coder. So it might be myself as an art director, a writer, and somebody who writes JavaScript in order to get the digital thing done. We can hire teams of people. We hire illustrators to do things. We hire photographers. We hire directors. We hire casting agencies. We're responsible for what the decision is to make those bids and get those people hired. So just a little side note there. An amateur versus a professional graphic designer. Owning a computer does not make anybody a graphic designer. The computer is the tool. The designer is the person, again, putting in ideas and thinking how that thing is going to look. There's an international sort of Google called Alibaba, and they can put together algorithms that pre-design ads and web banners that you see on there based on your past history. So if you bought something before that had a big photograph in it of the product, you're going to want to look at those ads again. Or if you bought something before on a web banner that had a big price on it, Alibaba knows that, and it's the machine is making those ads. Does it make them good? Does it make them compelling? I don't know. Time will tell, but it is, I think, your thinking ability more than being able to do something well in Photoshop that makes you a great designer. Now let's take a look at some amateur versus professional. I think these are pretty self-explanatory. It's a simple twofold. I think this is just a simple fold it. What would you call it? Like menu, program guide to this high school event. Okay, and to the left you have somebody obviously has, like Word or PowerPoint, and they have put that together. And on the right is a more professional one where someone has thought visually more through the thing. Here's the inside of it. Somebody has thought to say like, hey, while you're eating, these things are going to be going on. Registration and dance groups and games. Okay, and it's all about a cultural event. They put the flags in there. Right, and the back side again, instead of just a list of names in bolds, they put in a header, centered things, put in a goodbye, and a little logo at the end. Obviously, much better design, and we'll get into all the reasons why about that later. David Carson, a famous designer, designers have become lazy and let computers make too many decisions for them. There's a renewed interest in being able to tell that there's a human behind it. Oddly enough, too, David Carson is one of Apple's top 10 named designers. So Apple loves this guy even though he is not a fan of designing on the computer. And some professionally designed bad advertising that I'll show you quickly is here is the before and after logo for something in the Tokyo Olympics. I think you can See what was wrong with the first one? Here is an excellent example of some bad typography. It should be a space after kids, right? And here is a very bad example too of some web design. And it is just, there is no rhyme or reason to that right there, right? Don't know where to click or what to do. It looks like the graphics are loading badly, something. So that is kind of a basic intro to what graphic design is. You know, remember it's the art of being visual. The message could be paid or not, and the audience could be one or many people. It's problem solving. It's, like I said, it's selling a product, maybe informing you of a political movement, maybe, or an editorial like a magazine. Okay, so that's it for my first lecture. See you guys.